Day 200, Bay Area bridges. I've already done separate videos about the two bridges that directly connect to San Francisco, the Golden Gate and the Bay Bridge. But I thought I'd do a separate video about the other bridges and kind of the role they play in the Bay Area, for lack of a better term. So, in no particular order, I guess maybe from north to south. I guess the furthest I'm gonna go is the Carquinez Bridge, and that's the bridge that you have to cross to go to Vallejo. It's a very small bridge. It might be the tiniest one, other than the southernmost bridge that I'll cover, which is the Dumbarton Bridge. Those two are very, very tiny bridges: the Carquinez Bridge and the Carquinez Bridge and the Dumbarton Bridge. So I can only think that you'd have to cross the Carquinez Bridge if you go to like Six Flags or other stuff that's north of Vallejo and no longer in the Bay Area. The Richmond Bridge, which is technically the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, is kind of long, I remember. It's like, so whereas the Bay Bridge, I think, is 4.5 miles, close to 4.5 miles, the Richmond Bridge is like 5.5. And it connects Richmond to Marin County, I think technically San Pablo Point. Why would you ever need to cross this bridge? So if you can imagine the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay, just kind of this big inlet with the top is kind of would be the Richmond Bridge. So the Richmond Bridge is very close to San Quentin prison. So if you, for whatever purposes and you need to do up there are certain times where, depending on the time of day, going across that bridge in either direction, depending on traffic, is like a quicker way to get around the Bay Area and around the East Bay. High key, it's a whole ass mess, y'all. Low key. Now you understand why I don't drive, and I don't really leave the city of San Francisco. All my work is here, and if I do, it's to hop on an airplane at the airport, but that's just me. So that's the Richmond Bridge, Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. And then south, it would be the San Mateo Bridge. And apparently that's one of the longest bridges in the entire world. I did not know that. It's like the 25th longest bridge in the entire world. It's 7 miles, if I'm not mistaken. And so that bridge, which is the southernmost that I'm going to cover, again, really only the Dumbarton Bridge is south of that. But that bridge connects San Mateo County to the East Bay Contra Costa. Technically, if I'm not mistaken, like Foster City to Hayward is the 2 points where the San Mateo Bridge crosses. So if you are renting a car and you have to get to the peninsula, you have to get to parts of the peninsula, you're from the East Bay, from SFO, which is not in San Francisco International Airport, you might need to cross the San Mateo Bridge. So that's an overview of the Bay Area's bridges. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Again, Google Maps is going to clear it up better. But again, just a very general overview and kind of the area in between. If the only thing you get out of this video, pretty much the area in between the San Mateo Bridge and the Richmond Bridge, it's pretty much all you're going to do in the Bay Area if you're visiting. Somebody who lives here, it's very rare that you go outside of those. But just my life. Anyway, day 200, Bay Area's bridges.